what is an annual tradition, the Bahamas Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Central Michigan Chippewas, taking on a team from Conference USA, the UTEP Miners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Central Michigan Chippewas offense will get first crack at it today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Man, it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again, and it should mean something. You had the bowl prep, you got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage. Play able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Barrett. Throws to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the UTEP Miners offense will have its first possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Ashby. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And the Miners are flying down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. All right, guys, let's step back here and talk UTEP. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
That whole building gets excited because transfer portal is one thing, but high school recruiting, when you can get somebody out of high school with some raw tools that are really good, you can see the future could be bright. You take those guys, you try to develop them instead of going into the transfer portal.
Catch in the middle. It's Ashby. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators called drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Parks. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Miners will try to pick it up on 4th down. Motion from the wideout. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Going for 6. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Chippewas send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They go to the ground. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They're going to ride this running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to throw its parts. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Grab behind the line. It's Upshaw. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Pocket breaking down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
The offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give, and he's looking for room behind the left tackle. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Line getting set on 2nd down. Shakes off the defender. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. Chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. With jet sweep pass. Nice move to keep running. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, Dave, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And the Chippewas are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Rides to the back. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run the option. They'll try the run. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking to pass. It's Parks. He's got him. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing straight.
On the run, it's Barnes. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Miners come to the line with a new set of downs. Rushes on him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Right on target this time.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
The offense hasn't been able to get it done on 4th down. 0 for 2 so far. They'll try to turn that around here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. The run from the shotgun. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Dropping back, it's Barrett. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Chippewas will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. At the 30.
on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-3. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got a chance. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. A design run for the quarterback. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. To the air, it's Barrett. He's going to run it. Quarterback gets the 1st down. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's got an open man. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looks as if he's going to run it. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That brings them to within 1. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this 1st half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Motion from the wide receiver. To throw, it's Parks. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Everything just working right now for this defense. I mean, they were in prevent. They had everybody dropping back into coverage, and up front, their guys were able to win. They got to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He might want another play. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Miners will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. The sure hands, it's straight. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, Reese. A first half spent in paradise, and in many ways, this Bahamas Bowl has lived up to expectations. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Bahamas Bowl.
Up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. And they got it done in the first half, but there he goes! And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. He's up to 57 yards on the ground as he gets closer and closer to that magical 1,000-yard mark for the season. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
To the air, it's Parks. Finds his target down the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Miners have their offense in high gear. The give to the tailback. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The Miners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. And this time they're waiting for him, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Miners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win 1st and 2nd down, you set up 3rd and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll go to the ground. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. And the Chippewas are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Now on the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get more south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
He is going nowhere. Stops at the line of scrimmage.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
The Chippewas back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this.